When NowGamer brings it to you, it's real. It's not like these other websites you may see. We are on the streets of LA. We've just been in the Ubisoft conference. We're in the EA conference earlier. Rather than listen to my opinion, though, I want to bring it this time as Dave Cook from NowGamer.com and Play magazine editor Ryan King to talk about, let's start with the EA conference. Obviously, they pushed Mass Effect 3 a lot. Some would maybe say too much. Some would say maybe they're even being influenced by Modern Warfare 3 a little bit. Hence was the focus on action, and they said there'd be choice, they said there'd be consequence. They didn't show any of that. And also revealed the new game from Insomniac, and obviously the big push at the end for Battlefield 3. What are your opinions in comparison to, say, Microsoft of how EA showed today?
EA so far has been the best of the bunch. The trailers were just fantastic. Everything they showed was just of such a great quality. There's not one thing from that presentation that I'm not looking forward to. The whole thing was just incredible.
What about the new Insomniac game called Overtake? No, it's called
Overstrike.
Overstrike.
Yeah.
Ryan, what did you think of that?
Well, when the logo came up, I was a bit concerned because it looked a little bit generic, a little bit sci-fi, and I thought, oh dear. But then when they actually went into the meat of the trailer and showed the personality, I thought, yeah, actually that could be quite cool. Obviously, they just announced it, so there weren't too many details yet, but it would focus on 4 characters, so I'm expecting 4-player co-op. If they do that, I think it'd be really cool because each of the characters seem to have their own abilities, and it just kind of plays into the idea of a 4-player co-op game. They probably won't announce it now, and I'll look stupid, but hopefully people have forgotten about this video by then. But yeah, I'm a lot more optimistic about it now after they showed the full trailer than when the logo came up. Kind of thought, oh, that looks...
It looked generic, didn't it? And the name didn't really strike. I thought the other thing that kind of surprised me as well was Need for Speed The Run. We knew a little bit about it. I mean, it's almost like Mirror's Edge, but with quick time events.
Do you know what was interesting about that is when they announced, it was kind of the reaction of the audience. Like when they announced Need for Speed Run, there was interest. When they announced you get out of the car, everyone was like, oh. Then they announced Frostbite, yay, Mirror's Edge kind of thing. And then when they showed it, and it seemed to be QTE stuff, it goes kind of, oh. So no one really knows what to make of it. It was kind of interesting just hearing the reaction from the floor, as it were.
No, definitely.
I don't know if it's the kind of thing that game needs. I mean, obviously, the last game I remember that had driving and running about, where it was more focused on driving, was like Drift 3R. And yeah, we all know how that went, but indeed. Yeah, it's
interesting though, isn't it? At least they're taking Need for Speed in a different direction.
It's good they're taking chances with it, just to try something new with it. I mean, the autolog stuff I think will be enough of that game almost, but it seems like they put more cinematic moments in the game. They've got the running now and the escaping the police, so yeah, it's definitely not just another Need for Speed game. It seems like it's going to be something new, something really fresh, so it's good to see, like you say, that they're taking chances with it.
Indeed, and obviously we had the Ubisoft conference as well. The big news out of that was Far Cry 3. Obviously we saw Ghost Recon Future Soldier in the Microsoft conference this morning. New Assassin's Creed, there's Rayman. Dave, how do you think Ubisoft are looking compared to what else you've seen so far?
Pretty good as well. They're on par with EA, I think. Far Cry 3 just looked incredible. And it goes back to the old sort of island format of the first one. It kind of looks like it's going to be open world again. The visuals were stunning. And speaking of visuals, Ghost Recon looked incredible. Yeah. Some of the stuff you could get up to in that was great. Like four picture-in-picture co-op. So you've got like you running about like piloting a drone in the sky, and you've got 3 other guys breaching and clearing a room somewhere else on the map. It's just incredible, the coordination in it. Of course, Assassin's Creed was the big thing, which was like, wow, like really cool, man. It seems like they've taken a lot of inspiration from Uncharted, though. There's a lot of set pieces and like cinematic bits where you don't have as much control like as you normally would have. But man, it just gave rise to some really cool like action that just looks awesome.
And also we had Brothers in Arms, the new game as well. Yeah. Were you surprised by the trailer that you saw?
I was, and I'm kind of pleased by it as well, because when they said Brothers in Arms, and Randy Pitchford came out and he was talking about, oh, we're going to do something different in World War II. I thought, oh, he said this about the last one, and it wasn't great. But then all of a sudden we have a guy throwing tomahawks around a room, and it's just really, really funny. I'm really excited for that as well. And that's another one, weirdly, kind of like Overstrike. There's 4 characters, 4 distinct personalities, so again, that could be another 4-player co-op. It's kind of weird that you had that bookmarking both EA and Ubisoft's conferences with, by the way, here's a game that focuses on 4 players with 4 distinct personalities, but
indeed.
Yeah.
Well, multiplayer is the big thing. It's finally coming into 2011.
They realised, good. They realised.
Finally. But that is NowGamer's roundup of Ubisoft's and EA's conferences. Remember, it's real. You heard the noise. You can see the sweat on our bodies. We'll be back later with the Sony conference.